thanks for coming and joining me in the basement today. What we've got is a very sick and very heavy GG1 from 1989. If you haven't seen the unboxing video, definitely check it out. The issue with this one, it's been sitting in the box for like 35 years at the time of this recording, and it's never really been used that I can tell. So the original grease, which I don't think was that great to begin with, has not aged well. Alright, it is a runner. And it is very stiff, and the motors would just, the brushes would burn out if you kept trying to use it and whatnot. So we're going to take it apart, clean it all up, and I hope you come along on the journey. Okay, let's take a look at some of the details on this. The trucks are pretty nice, but the wheels are just crazy how detailed they are. They got little, they're mimicking or modeling the little shock absorbers or something that's in there. Probably to provide quieter operation or something. I don't know what the reason for that was, but we basically got some screws at the ends, and oh, see, we got a screw in the middle here, so let's see where it takes us. The reason why this is designed like this is because the original Lionel ones with horns would have the battery in this side. So that's kind of tip if you are buying a post-war one. Look for battery damage on the one end. It's really nice. This shell is aluminum. Okay. Yes, alright. I kind of thought that screw might not have held everything in. Alright. There's the shell. Nice aluminum casting. Of course, this one's real nice, not all scratched up and everything. And here is the mechanism. We'll definitely clean off the light bulbs so those work better. But, yeah, pretty straightforward. Interesting, we have one silver screw. I can't imagine why that is. This thing has not been apart before that I can tell. This must have ran out of the other ones. So, there's a screw underneath the... As soon as you pull off the roller, there's a screw there that holds the motor on. And pretty much the main reason for sluggish operation is old lubrication. We're dealing with a little bit of peanut butter here. This isn't like super crazy. It is giving it some lubrication, but this is something we definitely want to clean up because it's a little on the thick side. Also got a washer up here. We got to remember to get that back in place. Motor seems to be turning fairly well. But yeah, this is just kind of lubrication that's time to get rid of. Okay, got everything pulled apart. The motors, they're pretty good, but I'm gonna pull this apart and we'll lubricate it up. This motor, of course, looks the same. It's not terrible, little sharp bits on there. But here's what I really wanted to show you. You can hear that, just how dryly and how the lubricant isn't really working here. So watch what happens when I push it on the track. So that's what she was struggling, and it would move, but I mean eventually you're gonna cause damage to the motors. Yeah, this one's the same way. A little bit freer here, but basically what I'm gonna do is just gonna clean up all the old grease I can, re-lubricate it, and we should be good to go. Okay, got a little update. My son and I worked very hard cleaning these two trucks, and I put some new grease and some new oil on the axles, and this one is a lot better. Now the magnets on these are these guys right here, and they are pretty darn strong, and I think that's part of the issue with this one. The magnets are very strong. I push the axle down, gravity pushing it down, I let go, pops back up. So the magnet is actually keeping this one kind of tight. But this is a brand new assembly, and so is this, so it's going to take a while to break in. But that's okay. So this is the tougher axle. And this is the one that works a little smoother. But they are both very strong. You see, if I lift them both up at the same time, it actually lifts the track up. That's the power of magnet traction. So let's see, we've still got the thrust washers to deal with. We've got all the other, thrust bearings to deal with. These are thrust bearings. And then I'm going to clear out all the old grease out of there. That's just horrible. The motors are cleaned up and everything's looking really nice. What I'm going to try, what I've done in the past is I've used oil on these thrust bearings, and that's worked good for me. But because this unit's a little harder working and I've got some stiff wheel sets and whatnot, I'm going to use synthetic grease, and you can use pretty much whatever you want. Possibly even, super lube or something would work out okay. Well, we got it all back together. Just for testing purposes, I left the trailing truck off and disconnected one of the headlights. I'm not quite sure why we got a ground wire to this assembly that's grounded to the frame. I don't know where this wire actually went to. I just wrapped it up inside here because it caused a nice big short when I put it into here. So if any of you guys know, maybe it's for the optional horn. They just let the wire hang around if it wasn't used. I just don't understand that wire. But turn it on, Ian. Show them how good it works. Keep her going. So it is running much better. Turn up the voltage a little bit here. We've just been running it forward and backward. As soon as it gets to here, reverse it. So, it's doing pretty good. Lubrication really helped out. We started out drawing 3 amps at about this voltage. Now it's down to about 2.7, and I feel that's real good. Okay, gonna go the other way. Well, everything's all back together, and I am really happy with how this is running. It definitely freed up just going back and forth like a dozen or so times, so I'm really feel good about the break-in of this locomotive. It's going to require some more running, but I'm sure my son is going to have no problem breaking this thing in. Let me know what you think. Did I do something that you would have done differently? Or, give me your opinions. What do you guys think of the Amtrak paint job? I wasn't a big fan of it before I had it sitting in front of me, and it's been sitting here a few days. It's kind of grown on me like I hoped it would. Be sure to check out the card at the end of the video for another video that I think you guys might like.